Record to computer. Fantastic. So cool. For anyone that's new on the call, if you don't know me, my name is Montel Hanson. I've been trading for 9 years. I started off learning investing through going through an investment banking apprenticeship, which kind of just opened my eyes to investing and how it works. And I pretty much just saw this lifestyle and I saw people that were on the Forex floor. And I said, look, that's what I want to do, right? So I basically learned how to trade. And yeah, never looked back since, right? I didn't think going back to a job was necessary if I could make what I would make in a month in a couple of days, and that's what I was doing. And now it's turned into what it is today, which is incredible. Today's been an incredible day, guys. Honestly, started off the day today. I'll actually show you on one of my accounts that we were growing, which has been incredible. So you can see my phone here. Let me go to today so you guys can see. All right, I don't know if you can see properly, but if I go to today, right, it's ticked, and then we come off that, you can see 3,900 profit. It might be a bit backwards, but yeah, it's been incredible. I can literally scroll and show you guys the results. I know we had a little stop loss early on, which is where you can see my minus 113. But yeah. It's been a mad day. I think I'm blessed. I'm doing something called the 75 hard, which was crazy because I have to read a book and it takes me like 30 minutes to read 10 pages. And when we had most of the damage during the SL, I was actually reading the book. So I actually couldn't get into that trade. But I think that's one thing you guys want to take on board as well, which is obviously there's every trade you want to get in as many trades as possible. But when you start to understand the markets, guys, you can start to like really pick and choose and say, this is a great entry. There's high probability with this trade. I'm going to take this trade. Or you know what? I'm not going to take this trade because I'm not too sure. It's not quite in the zone. And that's what we was able to do today to grow this account. I showed you guys in the WhatsApp chat. We literally started with £1,000 in this account. We grew it yesterday, left 1,000 in there from the morning, and yeah, boom, 3.9K profit. It's currently on 5.5K, guys. So yeah, man, it's been a blessed day. I remember speaking to Sharmin in the morning, which was funny, and we said we'd have a race. And even her, she's managed to get her account to 3K today, or 3K withdrawals today, which has been incredible. So guys, if you made profit today, if you've made a withdrawal, just let me know. Just drop a seven in the chat. If you didn't, again, drop a seven in the chat. Just let me know. Let me know how you guys have found today. And that's pretty much what we are saying. Yes, someone just made £500 withdrawal. Yeah, I saw that as well. Someone made a £500 withdrawal, which is just incredible. And that's another mum, right? We've got so many mums absolutely killing the game right now. Um, and yeah, so this call, what we're really going to do, we're going to go into depth on zones and how to take them, how to layer them. I don't know if my chat box is working. I'm getting them directly. Okay, cool. I've seen Vicky's message. Okay, cool. Yeah, fantastic. And this call today is really going to get you ready for tomorrow. I think that's a necessity to understand the zones because we're now getting a frequency of around 15 to 20 trades every single day, right? You're seeing 15 to 20 trades every day, whereas before you may have seen 5 to 6 or 7 trades and they were in a longer format. But now we're trading 15 to 20 zones a day. You're seeing someone like me take a 1K account to 5.5K. You're seeing people like Sharmin, who you're going to hear from in a second, absolutely smash it, make multiple withdrawals in one day. You've seen Sharmina withdraw 3K. You've seen Jet, who's a mum, literally just withdraw £500. You're seeing all these results in the chat. We're going to break down how you can use the zones to be profitable and do the exact same thing as well. All right. So guys, I've got my fiance with me who's an absolute beast in the game. I love trading with her. We was actually with James earlier. And we all hit the stop loss, right? We all felt that stop loss earlier. And she made a withdrawal before the stop loss, and then she hit the stop loss, and then she flipped a small account, which is it's just priceless, right? I had a 1K account that was going to 5K. It's not really that hard to do that when you've got equity. So I was cheating. I'll be real. I'll put my results in the chat in a minute. I was just using standard lots. And we had really good trades, we had really good setups. But again, Charmin, she had just got an incredible skill set. She and the team that she's got, the girls that she's got around her, they're all beasts just like her. And she managed to flip a small account to thousands, which is incredible, and make 3K. So yeah, guys, you're gonna hear from goats today. So guys, put some sevens in the chat for my fiance, my one and only, the goat that I know from trading. It's mad because when I met her, it was about a trading event about 8 years ago. And yeah, we're here now together and we're trading. So look, guys, trading really does change lives. Trading can introduce you to amazing people. And I know it's done that for me. So go on, bring yourself up here, guys. Go and put some sevens in the chat for Charmin. She's gonna go through what she done today. I'm gonna cover a little bit at the end, and we're gonna smash it out. So let's get
Hey
it.
guys, hope you guys are all well. Thank you for that amazing introduction. Guys, I'm so excited for this call. Honestly, today was a roller coaster. I was taking trades by myself this morning. I made around 2K. First signal was amazing. Like, you know how it is, the first few signals are great, and then you get so much confidence and you start over leveraging. And this is why I'm happy to do this call today because all the mistakes that you guys make, I honestly do the same thing as well to this day. But it's just about continuing and making it back. Like you're gonna have days where you have losses, you're gonna have days where you have wins, but as long as you're learning from them, and honestly, I learned a lot from my losses today. You can always fight back and you can make it back again. Even with Sharmina today, I think she lost around like a grand or something. And account was at 50 and then she grew that all the way back. And most people will be like, oh, I've only got £50 left. What do I do? Let me just give up. I don't want to trade anymore. But guys, you just have to keep going. So I'll tell you a bit about me today. I think it was the second buy, literally completely knocked me out. I'm actually gonna go through let me log in actually and then show you guys so you can actually have a visual of the trades. And then I'm gonna go into how you can mark up your zones. So give me a second. Let me just log in. Okay, perfect. Submit.
Recording in progress.
Disconnect. Okay, everyone should be able to hear me now. Let me leave computer audio. Perfect. Everyone should be able to hear me now. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let me share my screen. Just put a yes in the chat if you can hear me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Share screen. Okay, cool. So here everyone can see my screen. Let me see the chat box. Yeah, you can see it. Perfect. Amazing, guys. So this is my screen. You can see everything. This is my account today. I deposited a grand. I withdrew 2.1K earlier in the day. And then these are my trades. So let's start from the morning, right? Let's start from the morning. Let me go all the way up. Okay, cool. So this is what happened this morning. So the 0.05 at the top, those were the first trade. So the first trade that happened, I was growing a small account today because, guys, I'm in Dubai. I don't want to be risking so much. I don't want to be trading too much. I want to enjoy my time here. So this week I have been growing smaller accounts and yeah, just taking it easy. So you can see here, the first trade is the one that hit all the targets. Like I made, I think, calculate that 100, like £300. I made like £300 from that trade. Then the next buy signal came up, and I was like, this is going to the moon. This is going to go all the way up. So what did I do? I started layering again. I started over leveraging. And then I think I lost around 100 yeah, literally blew my account nearly. And my account was like at £80, literally at £80. That's what our account was today. And because the buy zone, you can see I had no stop losses. So again, everything that you guys have been through, I've been through, and I've done it today. And you know what? I'm so happy that I overturned it, because I can show you guys that I'm a human just like you guys. I'm not always making wins. There are some days that I lose or I make the same mistakes just as you do. So when I'm telling you not to do it, it's literally from experience, right? So yeah, so that was that. So again, you can see my lot sizes went from 0.10s, 0.15s to 0.25s, and I was layering a lot more, and I had no stop losses because they called another buy zone, and then I kept holding, and then literally my account just blew. All my trades were gone. And I realized, okay, cool. As I say all the time, if I had my stop losses in place, or if I didn't layer so much times, then I would have still had enough equity to enter the next trades. And I probably would have made a lot more, a lot faster. Anyways, keep going. Then I started again just layering, using small lot sizes. I was getting into Bitcoin because my account was so low. But then again, I started using XAUSD and I started layering. Can you guys hear me? Yeah?
Yeah, decent. You go.
No, I have to accept them. Hold on, guys. Let me just accept people into the room. Okay, perfect. I'm back on the screen again. So yeah, then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna build this account back up. I was on £80, I'm gonna build this account back up. So I started layering. So I was using 0.02, and I was literally layering every 10 pips, right? Every 10 pips, every 20 pips, I was layering. You can see my layers here. I was layering, I was using small lot sizes, and I was building my account back up. Then I started to take all the zones again. So there was a sell that came out after I built my account back up to, I think, like 200-300. There was a sell that came out. Then I got into the sell. Then I got into the buy. And again, I'm literally using tiny lot sizes, right? I'm literally using tiny lot sizes. I'm using 0.02, 0.05s, and I'm building my account back up. Now, and then my account was at, I think it was at around 700, 800. Then I was using my 0.10s again. I was layering correctly. So you can see here on my 0.10s, let me go to the top. So you can see one, I entered at 4070, then I entered at 4067, then I entered at 4063. I was about to say 67. I entered at 063. And then those are literally like 30-40 pips apart, right? So I gave myself room for the trade to do its thing. And then that trade went all the way up. I think it hit 85. Then I closed out. And then what I started to do then, I was like, okay, cool, I've learned my lessons from the morning. I'm not going to hold trades. When I'm in profit, I'm going to move my stop loss to entry. So you can see here, the red line, that means it's hit my stop loss to entry though. So I'm not losing much, right? And then, yeah, then I was like, okay, well, I don't want to lose the money that I've made. Now I'm going to keep moving my stop loss to entry every time I'm in 20-30 big profit. If I come out of break even, that's fine. I'm going to get a better entry. I'm going to get a lower entry. And you can see here, I was getting those lower entries. And then again, then I literally built my account back up and I made my profit for the day. I made £948 for the day. And I'm a happy girl. Literally, I'm a happy girl. And I'm showing you guys this because my account literally went to 80. I could have stopped, I could have given up, I could have done whatever. But I was like, you know what? I've learned from my mistakes, which was holding. I've learned from my mistakes, which was over leveraging and not layering correctly. And I was able to flip it back. So yeah, guys, that was my little testimony of the day. Now I'm gonna go over how you can layer as well. So if that made sense, guys, just drop a yes in the chat as well. If that made sense. Perfect, amazing. And not to say, guys, that you need like £50, £80 to grow your account. No. Start with more because it's actually so much better if you start with more. Even me, I usually trade with 2 to 3 grand in my account, and that's how I'm easily able to make 1 to 2K a day from it because I have my lot sizes. And when I'm doing that, I'm only entering like 2 to 3 times per signal, and I'm able to make my what's it called? I'm able to make my money for the day much sooner. But obviously with a smaller account, it's a lot harder. You have to have more patience. You're actually on your phone for a lot longer, which I don't really like. Like with trading, I don't want it to feel like a job and I'm on my charts 24/7. I want to be in and out, right? Because these are scalps, these are zones. You want to be in and out as much as possible. But yeah, I'm going to go through what I've learned today. We was with James as well, and he gave us some tips and tricks with the signals. So first thing you want to write down is, let me stop sharing my screen. Oh, and then make myself host on the laptop again. One second, guys. Okay. Make host. Perfect. So everyone should still be able, yeah, everyone can still hear me. How do we deposit with the 50% bonus? It's not okay. I will answer all of those questions later, guys. Let me just get through this really quick. Okay, cool. So let me share my screen. Let me go through the whiteboard. And then I can show you guys how to layer and all the pointers. So let me go to whiteboard, share more. Okay, perfect. Here's the whiteboard. Everyone can see my whiteboard. Just drop a yes in the chat if you can see my whiteboard, guys. Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Okay, great. So let me see. Yeah, everyone can see my screen. So let me just make this a bit bigger. So first thing with zones, you want to layer every 20 pips. That's the first thing you want to do. So when a zone is called out, you don't enter in straight away, right? You're going to enter in from the zone. So let's say the zone is given enter for a buy now between 4077 and 4073. That's what is given you. When the market is near 4077, so you don't have to let it hit 4077 completely. That's why with zones, I don't actually use buy limits all the time because it might miss your buy limits by a few pips. So even if it's at 477.40 or 4077.20 or even 50, that's when I will now consider to enter that trade for my first entry. Now, for my first entry, I will use a lower lot size because then when I layer, I want to use a bigger lot size so I can make overall profit a lot sooner. So let's say my lot size I usually use a standard lot size, right? Which is a 1.00. My first entry, when it's near that 4077, I will enter with half of that lot, so 0.50. Then once that 0.50 I've entered and it starts going down 20 pips, I will enter now another 0.50. Then my lowest 2 entries, I will enter with a 1.00. This is just an example of how I usually trade with the zones, right? Or sometimes I might just do a standard. If I have, if my account balance is there, I will just do that because I'll be confident in the trade. So with the zones, you want to layer every 20 pips, at least 3 to 4 times max. You don't have to do any more. I know Sharmina spams the thing sometimes. Again, she has more experience. She's been trading a lot longer. So if you haven't got that experience yet, you don't want to do that. If you do want to do that, you can do that, but with a lower lot size, and then it's fine. But if you're doing it with a higher lot size, at your like all in one go, and it's your first time, then you might blow your account, especially if you're not used to like managing your trades like that. So that's what I would do. Every 20 pips, the lower it goes 20 pips, I will increase my lot size, and then the lowest entry I'd have my higher lot size. So by the time it goes all the way up to my first entry, which is the first 0.50 that I do, I'm already in overall profit before the time it hits target one. And then target one, target two. Sometimes I won't even put my target ones or target twos. I'll just be on my phone and I'll close overall profit with the bulk close. If that makes sense, just drop a yes in the chat, guys, by the way. Sorry, if you're not understanding anything whilst I'm talking, please let me know as well so I can go over it. Okay, sorry guys, I muted myself by accident. Let me go back to my whiteboard again. Existing whiteboard. Okay, perfect. Let me see. I get confused on the pips. Do you not look at the charts before? Yeah, I always look at the charts before I enter the trade. As soon as the trade is called out, I will mark up the zones on my phone. So I will go to my MT5 and I will get those lines that I showed you guys on the other call. And I will mark it up. So I'll put the line at 70. For example, I'll put the line at 77 and I'll put a line at 73. Once I've done that, then I know within this like rectangle, I need to be entering. Let me actually do that on my phone. So let me just quickly join again. Then I can show you guys visually what I mean. Anyone in the waiting room? No. I'm going to show you guys on my MT5.
Recording in progress.
Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. Stop share. Stop share again. Okay, guys, so you should be able to hear me. You can hear me again? Okay, but I'm just gonna keep it on my phone rather than the computer. Okay, cool. You guys can hear me, yeah? Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect. Amazing. So let's say a trade is called out at 85 to 80 no, sorry. Let's say 89 to 85, for example, right? So I'll get those tools here where the objects are, that horizontal line, and I'll put my line at 89, and then I'll put my line at, let's say 84, for example. So let's do 88 and 84. So that's 40 pips. So, and I'll keep it on like the 5 minute time frame or the 1 minute time frame because I prefer to look at the charts like that. I think it's easier for my brain, especially for the entries. If I want a clean entry, I'll use a 1 minute time frame. Some people don't want to use that. That's fine. You can use a 5 minute. You can use a 50 minutes. It's completely up to you. So the first entry is obviously at 88 for an example, if that was in the chat. So when the market gets to around 88, I will enter in straight away. And then as it keeps going down within this box, so within this box that you can see, if it keeps going down within the box, every 20 pips, every like 15 to 20 pips, I will enter again. And then I'll enter again, and then I'll enter again. And then that's how I will layer. And then if the trade is going now 30, 40 pips below that near stop loss and I want to save my equity, I don't want to hold on and I don't want to blow my account, I will just close, right? I will just close or I'll close my worst entries. and then I'll wait for the next trade, because with scalping you want to be in and out. So where a lot of people went wrong, even myself today, with the first buy, is that we just kept holding on because you saw another buy zone or whatever. But if you what's it called? If you came out of the first buy and you just took that L, you took that stop loss, then it would have been fine. You would have been able to recover a lot faster. Even me myself, I would have been able to recover a lot faster and make my profit earlier in the day, if I just didn't hold on to that trade. Does that make sense? So if that makes sense, just drop a yes in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Is the 20 pips the numbers after the decimal or before? So it's before the decimal. So 4085 to 4086 is 10 pips. 4085 to 4087 is 20 pips. If that makes sense, yes or no in the chat, guys, because this is really important. Understanding pips is very, very important. Yeah, does that make sense, Vicky? Yep, amazing. So understanding pips is very, very important, because then you know exactly when to enter and stuff like that, and you're more in control of your entries, and you know when to get out. Even in the chat, if it's like 30 pips, wait, can you say that about pips again? So it's the two numbers before the decimal point. So 4084, where the market is right now, if it went to 4085, that's 10 pips. If it went from 4084 down to 4083, that's minus 10 pips. Yeah, so that's that. So that's what I would do, guys. Usually we're trading on our MetaTrader 4, so make sure you're using those lines, those horizontal lines on your MetaTrader 5, because it really does help throughout the day. Every single zone that gets sent out in the chat, I literally use those lines and I put it on my chart straight away. So just in case it goes to approaching zone and I miss it, or I miss the message in chat, I can look at my charts on my phone and I know, okay, cool, I'm going to enter. Especially for like break and retest as well. Let's say for this trade, I know it's going to continue. It might, don't enter a sell, don't enter a buy. It might continue going down because it's closed below a certain point. And then when you have your line set up, you'll know, okay, cool, this trade is invalid now, or I'll wait for the next trade, or it's at a lower entry now, I'm going to enter at this time. So that's really important. Don't just enter a trade when you're seeing the trade be sent out on the group chat. Really use those entry zones, because that's what's really going to help you get in at a perfect entry, and make money overall. Vic, how to find those lines? So you can see at the top it says F. Can you see the F, the triangle, the shapes? Is literally the shapes one. So you click on the shapes and then it's just that line below add text. So I can delete them all as well. So if there's too many, sometimes I just delete it all and I start again. So yeah, you just click on the line, then you click on the screen, and then you can literally move it to wherever you want. And then if you click on the line again, oh sorry, if you go back there again, you can even put the price. So if you want a specific price like 4074, for example, it will put it at 4074. Yeah, does that make sense, guys? So even with the zones, this is perfect. They sent up a mark sheet in the chart. In the chat, they sent up the zones in the chat. So what I would do if I was you guys, at every single zone, I would put those lines on my MT5. So when you're trading throughout the rest of the day, or even if you're someone that's up through the Asia session and you want to use the zones throughout the night, you have them on your phones, and it's literally going to be so much easier for you to enter them. Let me see if anyone's in the chat room. No, that's fine. Perfect. Much easier than switching between MT5 and TradingView. Oh, girl, literally, like I hate switching between apps. It's so complicated for my brain. I literally have ADHD. I need everything on one app so I can see things perfectly. So that's why I put it on MT5. It's so much easier for my brain to just understand, rather than me switching apps and so on. Especially like going from Telegram, then going back to the app. As soon as I see the zone that they've sent, so buy zone at this price, I literally put in my line straight away, so I can continue with my day. I can monitor my MT5. I don't have to worry about missing anything on Telegram, or missing the approaching zone message, or missing the you can enter now message, because I have the lines on my phone. So yeah, that's that. If you guys have any questions, please put it in the chat. I hope that's literally shown you guys how you can layer. Again, with the zones, every 20 pips, layer, layer, layer. If it goes below, from your worst entry, if it goes below like 30, 40 pips, just close overall, wait for the next trade. It's way better to just take a smaller L so you have enough equity to get into the next trade rather than holding. Because but whilst you're holding, and you're still waiting for it to get back to entry, you're missing out on so many other trades that you can enter that could have again recovered your losses and also made you more profit on top. So you're saying if it's bearish, add more when it's going down. No. When it's a if it's a buy, you will add more going down. If it is a sell, you will add more going up, because it's for a sell you want to be in as high as possible. For a buy, you want to be in as low as possible. So I hope that makes sense. That's another thing you guys want to understand as well. For a buy, you want to enter as low as possible. For a sell, as high as possible. And then your highest entry, you want to have a bigger lot size, so you have more, you catch more profit overall. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Let me know in the chat. If there's anything you want me to go over, please let me know as well. I want to go over as much as I can on this call, so you guys understand. Does everyone know how to move stop loss to entry? I think I covered that in the last call. That's another thing you want to get good at as well, guys. Moving stop loss to entry, that's such a lifesaver. Like, if let's say you have 4 entries, let's say you have 4 entries for a buy. When is it? No, how do you do that? Okay, no one knows how to move stop loss to entry. How long does stone? Okay, cool. Moving stop loss to entry. So whenever you enter a trade, the number that is directly below the XAUSD on your trade bit is your entry. So you're gonna have your trade is going to say XAUSD. The number directly below that doesn't move where you've entered is your entry. So when you move your stop loss to entry, you just literally copy that number, go to modify trade, and put that number as the new stop loss. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know. Let me know if that makes sense. Yes. Perfect. So that's how you move stop loss to entry. Another thing as well, which I'm going to show on the whiteboard. That's not letting me. Anyways, another thing as well. Let me see if I can show you on my notes. Yeah, I think I can show you on my notes. Perfect. Yeah, let me show you here. So let's say I'm entering a trade. This is a buy, right? Let's say my first entry is here, my second entry is here, my third entry is here, my fourth entry is here. So 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm entering a buy. Which number is my best entry? Just drop it in the chat. 4. 4 is my best entry, right? So when the market now, let me change the color. Go to green. So 4's my best entry. I've now layered on this trade. So let's say it's gone down to the fourth. Now it's going back up, right? It's going back up slowly, whatever. What I'll do now is I'll close the 1. I'll close the 2 in profit. And then my 3 and 4 entry, I will now move my stop loss above the entry. And I'll let these trades run until target 1 or target 2. Mostly target 2. Does that make sense? Just let me know in the chat. Sorry, I know there's a lot of scribbles. This is just how my brain works. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat. Amazing. Yes. Say it again. Okay, let me delete everything. Let me try draw it a bit nicely for you guys. Okay, cool. So let's say this is my chart. So again, this is my first entry, my second entry, my third, my fourth. This is just an example. Okay, cool. So let's say my trade is going back into profit from the lowest entry because we're going up for a buy, right? As soon as my trade, so the market goes above my first initial entry, which is my worst entry because this is a buy, I will close that one in profit, close it at entry, close it in profit, whatever. I'll close my second entry in profit as well. And then my fourth entry and my third entry would now be at least 40 pips or 50, 60 pips in profit now. So what I would do is move those stop losses to break even, and I'll let that trade run until target 1 or target 2 and then close. Make sense? Just drop a yes if that makes sense in the chat. Vice versa for a sell. I'll do obviously the opposite. Perfect. Amazing. Then you're always, would you ever move for potential of where, yeah, 100% I would. Because of the scalping, because the amount of pips in the scalping, if there's a target free early, then I would move it to where target 2 or target 1 is. That's called moving your stop loss into profit. So let's say your entry here is at 500, yeah, 5,000, sorry. And then it goes, and let's say entry 2 is at, what's 40 pips? 5040. Is that 40 pips? No, it's not. Sorry, 5004. So let's say entry 2 is at 5004. Um, this is your entry for 4. You can now move your, let's say the market is now at 5006. I can move my stop loss above my entry for profit. So rather than me getting broken out at 0, I'll be breaking out with 40 pips profit, whatever the lot size is. If it's a point 10, it would be like £40, 0.01, £4, standard, £400. So stop me out in profit rather than a like break even, so nothing or a little loss. So you can do that as well. I would only do that if there's a target free. Sometimes there's a target free in the chat. I know, okay, cool, it's going to go higher. It's like today's trade. It was going to what was it? I think 74. I think we got into the trade at like 59, 60, and target free was 74. So target free was 74. I moved my stop loss to like, I think I moved my stop loss a bit above profit and I let it ride to target 4. So you can do that as well. That's really good. Again, moving your stop loss to anywhere, break even to a bit above your profit is always the best case scenario. It doesn't matter if it goes opposite way and hits your stop loss, because it's better that it hits your stop loss in profit or break even than you losing. So that's what I do. Obviously, it is annoying sometimes when it hits a break even and then it plays out the move, but I'd rather that than potentially being spiked out or potentially blowing my account. So yeah, hope that makes sense, guys. Just put a yes in the chat if that makes sense. And then if you have any other questions, guys, this is your time to ask. No such thing as a silly question. If you want to ask me privately, you can. But yeah, let me go through as much as we can on this call. Any questions that you guys have, because then you guys are ready to start trading tomorrow. Let me see if there's anyone else that needs to be accepted in. So with the zones, how does it work? Because there's no stop loss. So that's actually a really great question. Let me stop sharing my screen. Perfect. So with the stop loss, stop sharing. What's it saying? Yeah. So with the stop losses on the Asia session, I would say have it at 40 to 50 pips. So yeah, that's what I would say. Have it at 40, 50 pips, literally minimal loss. And don't layer that much. I'd probably use like 2 layers, if that, for those zones. And then you let it hit for profits. You enter like 30, 40 pips in profit, you're out. Yeah, 30, 40 pips in profit, you're out. So that's what I would do. Let me actually go in the chat for the zones. Okay, cool. So the zones are 73. This is actually approaching in a zone, guys. So if this does hit 73, we could enter this for a buy. So the next one, this might activate while we're on the call. So what I would say is for that one, the first zone is 4073 to 4071. I'd put my stop loss at Let me quickly check for you guys. I'd put my stop loss at probably like 6.5, so like 60 pips. Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd do it at 6.5. But then again, as well, these are like reaction zones. So the next zone is at 68. So I would probably put sorry guys, let me just figure this out. So if the next zone is at 68 and you've got one at 60, 73 to 68. Yeah, I'll still put 30, 40 pip stop loss, because then if it does go to 68, I can just enter again. That's what I would do. But these are reaction zones. So with those zones in the chat, what I would say is literally be in and out. 20, 30 pips in profit, be in and out, and do that for all of the zones. And only do 2 entries per zone, because you don't want to blow your account and it might move a lot differently as to is moving throughout the whole day. So yeah, that's what I would do. But there is another zone at 73, which has been a zone that's been hitting all day. Actually, I think it hit 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it hit 4 times and it went up. So that is a very strong zone that you can potentially enter as well. And yeah, if you're trading throughout the Asian zone throughout the night, use smaller lot sizes, because the market sometimes can move a lot volatile. Sometimes it moves perfectly fine. So yeah, all the zones in the chats are for buys. It's a bullish market right now. So all the zones in the chat is actually for buys. The market is actually bullish right now. So none of them are for sells. The first sell entry, who took the first sell entry, the last sell zone? That was from 1000, which was an amazing zone. I wish I actually held my trade longer. But yeah, that was the last sell zone. So everything after that is now going to be a buy zone. So make sure you're entering buys and not sells. Let me see if anyone else is in the chat room. But yeah, guys, any questions, please let me know in the chat. I hope I covered enough on this call. I want you guys to leave this call knowing what to do tomorrow. So please, this is the time for questions, because I'm going to go to sleep soon. So ask me now so you are prepared and ready for tomorrow. Is there any trades that you want me to go over today that you guys didn't understand? Let me know. Sorry, asked you already. 50% credit bonus. Yeah, the 50% redeposit bonus is available. So if you go to promotions on Vantage, on the back office, when you log in online, it's actually so much better. So securevantage.com. If you go to the bottom, promotions, you can opt in there. So just press opt in and then you deposit from there. If you are struggling with that, please let me know. And then I will get support to sort it out for you guys. So that's that. But yeah, if you guys understood everything from this call, please drop a yes in the chat. I really hope that you learned something or anything valuable that will help you tomorrow. Please let me know. Any feedback will be great. And yeah, guys, we go again tomorrow. Today, they try to defeat us, but they will not. And I'm telling you guys, God will not defeat us, okay? We will make it out of this cycle with Goldina. We will make our money. I want everybody in this chat by the end of my birthday. Actually, my birthday is in October. In the next 2 months, I want everyone to be making 500 to 1,000 a day minimum, and it's so done. Like, everyone can do it. It's so easy to make 500 to 1,000 a day. I'm telling you guys this, yeah, because at the beginning of you guys have been following me. If you've been in the chat from December, I was using 0.0.05s. I wasn't even going above 0.20, and now I'm literally using standard lots because I'm so confident in the trades. I'm so confident in the zones. Yes, some may hit stop loss. Yes, some may not go the way we want, but even today, that first stop loss it shot all the way back up where it wanted to go, and it's unfortunate. It stopped us out because literally they probably knew everyone was buying. But yeah, it stopped us out, but it still went in the direction. Every single trade that hit stop loss I've seen in the chat, it's just trades. They do eventually go that way sooner or later. The market has been bullish today, has it not? And what have we been selling today? Buys, buys, buys. It's been going up. Sometimes it's unfortunate with the entries, but it will go up or it will go down, or whatever he says at the end of the day. So yeah, guys, just trust the process. Please don't give up. If you want to make millions, if you want to make thousands, you have to be willing to lose a couple hundreds on the way. Every time I lose now, even I lose 1,000 a day, I'm just like, okay, cool. millions are coming, right? My 100,000s are coming because I can't get there if I'm not willing to lose money. So stop being afraid when you're losing money, because the only way you're going to make money is if you're losing in the process, but you're also understanding. As long as you're understanding from every single loss you take, it's never a loss, right? It's just a lesson and you will learn from it again and again and again. The only thing you don't want to do is like just keep repeating the same mistake. But yeah, guys, trading can work. It is literally the best vehicle ever. You can make so much money. I was in literally the worst position this time last year, right? Nothing was working out. Trading wasn't working out. Literally, nothing was working out. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in. I'm just going to give it my shot because I do not want to work a job again. I'm never going to make what I'm making right now in a job. And I'm literally doing it from my phone. I'm literally in Dubai right now talking to you guys. And it's all possible through this. And I know each and every one of you can achieve this as well. You just literally give it time, have patience, you will get there. But yeah, guys, love you guys so much. Have an amazing week. It's only Tuesday, 3 more trading days to go. Let's get it.